Today we start learning about graphs. An ordered pair, which hopefully you remember, is a pair of numbers that can be used to locate a point on a coordinate plane. And we always write those in alphabetical order of x, y. The alphabetical order is how I remember what goes first. X comes before y in the alphabet. So anyways, we're not going to be graphing points today. We're going to be determining whether ordered pairs are solutions to equations. So, example 1 says determine whether the ordered pair is a solution of y equals 4x minus 1. What we want to know is when we put y in and we put x in, when we solve the left side, are we going to get the same answer as the right side? It's kind of like checking. And if you do, then it's a solution. If you don't, it's not a solution. So, remember what we said. Your first point is always your x, your second point is always your y, okay? And then you're just going to evaluate by substituting. So we're going to substitute 3 in for x and 11 in for y. So I'm going to put 11 here and a 3 here. And remember, whenever we substitute numbers for letters, we put them in parentheses. We don't have any work to do on the left side because we just have an 11, but on the right side we have 4 times 3, which is 12, minus 1, and that always equals 11. So 311 is a solution because when we check that equation with this point, we get equal numbers on both sides. So 311 is a solution. Now let's do the next one. 10, 3. So this is our x, this is our y. Same thing. We're going to substitute 10 for x. We're going to substitute for 3 for y. So we see y, we're going to put in 3 in parentheses equals 4 times 10. Because remember the coefficient is being multiplied by the variable minus 1. We don't have anything to do on the left side. And on the right side we have 4 times 10, which is 40 minus 1, and that is 39. So because 3 and 39 are not equal to each other, 10, 3 is not a solution. Now we're going to look at a list of values for x. Remember, variables can have varying values. 5 is constant, 5 is always 5, but x can be whatever they tell us it is. So in this case, they say y equals x plus 3, for x equals 1, 2, 3, and 4. So what they want you to do is they want you to find out what y equals based on the value of x. So you're going to go and you're going to put 1 in for x. You're going to put 2 in for x. You're going to put 3 in for x. And you're going to put 4 in for x. And for each one of those, you're going to add 3 to it because that's what the equation says to do right here. 1 plus 3 is 4. 2 plus 3 is 5. 3 plus 3 is 6. And 4 plus 3 is 7. And then you're going to write that as an ordered pair. You're going to put your x first, which is here, followed by what you got for your y's over here. So when x was 1, y is 4. When x is 2, y is 5. When x is 3, y is 6. And when x is 4, y is 7. They're not always going to be that easy of equations. But all you have to do is you have to put in your x value they give you and do what the equation says to do. So in this case, add 3, and that'll give you your y. Next one says n equals 6m minus 5 for m equals negative, or m1, 2, and 3, sorry. So they have this one set up. Instead of horizontally, they have it set up but vertically. So m equals 1, m can equal 2, and m can equal 3. Now I just got those 1, 2, and 3 from up above, and the M follows the 6, so I knew that's where to put in my value. 6 times 1 is 6, minus 5 is 1. So we have 1, 1, because when M is 1, N equals 1. 6 times 2 is 12, minus 5, which is 7. So when M equals 2, N equals 7. And the last one, 6 times 3 is 18, minus 5, which is 13. So when M equals 3, N equals 13. You're not really going to come across too many problems where they're going to put out random variables like that, okay? In this case, it's still an XY pair, okay? It's just they're saying M is your X, N is your X, M is your Y, and it just gets all sorts of confusing. So I don't like it when they do that, but however, they do that for some reason. Problems you'll see on tests, I will always write with X and Y because I don't see the point and throwing other random numbers in there when we're using these to graph, and when we're graphing we use XY coordinates. So the last problem on this page says, a salesman marks up the price of everything he sells by 20%, because that's what they do. The equation for the sales price is P equals 1.2 W, where W is the wholesale cost. How they got 1.2 W is because he charged you 100% plus 20. And 100 plus 20 is 120%, right? And we know when we change percent to decimals, we move the decimal to the left 2 places. So that's where they got 1.2. What will the sales price be of a sweater with a wholesale cost of $48? So anytime you're trying to find what the cost of anything is in this problem, you would take the price of a sweater and multiply it by the markup. Okay? So the salesman got the sweater for $48, and then they marked it up 20%, so you would multiply it by 1.2, because that would give you how much as the consumer you are paying for the sweater. And then you multiply those together, and you can use a calculator because you showed your work on step 1, and you get 57.6. So you will be paying $57.60. So your ordered pair would be 48, because you get to choose what X is, that's the independent variable, and $57.60 is the dependent variable, because however much he bought the wholesale cost item at is going to tell you what you're going to pay. So what you're going to pay varies. A salesman marks up the price of everything he sells by 20%. The equation for the sales price is P equals 1.2 W, where W is the wholesale cost. What will be the sales price of a jacket with a wholesale cost of $85? So same thing. Instead of $48 this time, we're saying that the price of a jacket is $85. That's how much the man spent, so before the markup. And then in order to see how much we're going to have to buy the jacket for, if we choose to buy it from the school or the store, we multiply those two numbers, 1.2 times 85, and we get 102. So the sales price of the jacket is $102. That's a dollar sign. So when the wholesale price is $85, we are spending $102 if we want to take it home. Work on your check it out. Don't spend more than 5 minutes on it. On this one, I expect a table like was shown in example 2A.